On October 2, 1937, under the orders of U.S.-backed Dominican dictator President Rafael Trujillo, the execution of more than 20,000 Haitians began in what is now known as the Parsley Massacre. This tragic event unfolded in the Dominican Republic and had far-reaching consequences, shaping the historical narratives of both nations and leaving a lasting impact on their relationship. Let us delve into the story of the Parsley Massacre, exploring its causes, devastating effects, and the lessons we can learn from this dark chapter in history. Rafael Trujillo, a former sugarcane plantation guard, began his ascent to power in the National Guard of the Dominican Republic. Trujillo's military training was heavily influenced by American Marines who were occupying the country at the time. With their training, Trujillo swiftly climbed the ranks, eventually assuming leadership of the armed forces after the American troops departed in 1924, a period characterized by relative prosperity. Taking advantage of the political climate, Trujillo seized power by overthrowing an aging caretaker president. In 1930, he established a dictatorship that lasted for 31 years. During his time in power, Trujillo engaged in a cult of personality, renaming mountains and cities after himself and adorning his own name with titles like the Great Benefactor of the Nation and Father of the New Dominion. Trujillo's complex identity added to the paradox surrounding his rule. Despite having a Haitian grandparent and his own mixed-race background, he actively propagated a false image of the Dominican Republic as a white, Hispanic society. This myth, meticulously constructed by Trujillo, continues to persist to this day, shaping the perception of Dominican identity. To further distance himself from his Haitian heritage, Trujillo went to great lengths, even resorting to wearing pancake makeup to lighten his skin. This calculated effort to alter his appearance highlights the depths of his prejudice and the influence it had on his policies. Trujillo's discriminatory mindset played a significant role in the tragic events that unfolded during the Parsley Massacre, leaving a scar on the history of both nations. Even before Dominican dictator Rafael Trujillo carved it in blood, the 224-mile border dividing the island of Hispaniola between Haiti and the Dominican Republic was a complex entity. Historical tensions between the two countries traced back to a 19th-century war, but in many ways, the border, though existing primarily on paper, presented a strikingly interconnected landscape. It was a place where children freely crossed to attend school on one side and return home on the other. Sprawling cattle ranches spanned the divide, and the mingling and intermarriage of Dominicans and Haitians were common occurrences. The border region, despite its divisions, showcased moments of seamless coexistence and cultural exchange between the two nations. The harmonious coexistence along the border between Haiti and the Dominican Republic came to a devastating halt on October 2, 1937. It was on this day that the Dominican military, following the orders of Rafael Trujillo, initiated a brutal campaign of violence targeting Haitian families and Dominicans of Haitian descent. The executions, predominantly concentrated in the border region, were often carried out using machetes, serving the purpose of propagating the regime's false narrative that the massacre was an impromptu revolt by patriotic Dominican farmers against Haitian cattle thieves. This tragic event shattered the peaceful fabric of the borderland, leaving behind a trail of bloodshed and pain. In 1937, the methodology employed by Rafael Trujillo's soldiers to identify their victims was uniquely cruel. Operating in the borderlands neighboring Haiti, they devised a chilling test. Confronting individuals, they would raise a sprig of parsley and inquire about its identity. The crucial detail lay in the pronunciation of the Spanish word for parsley, perejil. If the person responded by correctly trilling the R sound, their life would be spared. However, those who failed to trill the R were presumed to be speakers of Haitian Creole, facing the grim likelihood of execution. This method, both callous and distinct, symbolized the ruthless extent to which lives were determined by a simple linguistic test. The reports detailing the events are truly horrific, depicting a dark reality of unimaginable violence. Heart-wrenching descriptions include the sight of babies impaled on bayonets and heads brutally smashed against trees. In a span of less than a week, the lives of over 20,000 individuals were mercilessly taken, leaving behind a trail of devastation. The impact of the massacre reverberates deeply within the Haitian community, with countless stories of friends and extended family members who were hunted down like animals and brutally murdered. The haunting belief persists that the Dajabon River serves as a resting place for the souls of the victims, symbolizing the depth of the tragedy. To this day, the river is seen as a river of blood, prompting many to refrain from using its water for drinking or washing, as it remains a haunting reminder of the bloodshed that stained its currents during the massacre. The Parsley Massacre stands as a haunting chapter in the intertwined history of the Dominican Republic and Haiti. The sheer magnitude of the atrocities committed during those dark days is difficult to comprehend, with unimaginable violence and the loss of tens of thousands of lives. The harrowing legacy of the massacre continues to linger within the Haitian community. Meanwhile, Rafael Trujillo, the oppressive dictator, clung to power for several decades, exacerbating divisions and perpetuating suffering. However, the tides of history eventually caught up with him, as his reign came to an end in 1961 through assassination. The story of the Parsley Massacre and Trujillo's reign serves as a poignant reminder of the imperative for remembrance, understanding, and the relentless pursuit of a world where such horrors are never repeated. It stands as a testament to the capacity for human cruelty and the devastating consequences of prejudice and unchecked power. May we never forget the lives lost and the pain endured during those dark days, and may we strive for a future where unity, compassion, and justice prevail. Thank you for joining us on this illuminating journey through time. Follow us to explore the depths of history and gain invaluable insights.